Hey everyone, coming to you from, well, getting dark, San Diego, California. Just left today. I was at CompTIA's year-end planning meeting. Wanted to keep this up, and normally probably would have blew this off and not done it today, but in the effort to continue making these weekly to get better at it, I figured I'd give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes. Uh, yeah, it's a good week so far. I left Tuesday. No, Monday. What day is it? I left Wednesday morning to bright and early. Flew out to San Diego to attend CompTIA's year-end planning meeting. The year-end planning meeting is basically a once-a-year thing where some of the volunteer leaders in the organization come together to see what we can do to try to make CompTIA better and get it a little more accessible, a little more known, and figure out what we can do as a group to kind of bring the entire channel along. We were staying at a pretty wonderful resort called Mission Bay Resort. Normally, I'd probably try to show a couple pictures, but I actually haven't figured out how to do that yet. And I'm on my iPad now, so I'm a little bit out of my element. Normally, I'm at home. I've got a Restream running or OBS running, and then just feed that into Restream, so it's pretty easy for me to share content. But here on my iPad, where I'm doing this now, I actually have no idea. So we're just gonna wing it. The resort was wonderful. The meetings and content and discussing with other people was really good. We came up with a lot of really good ideas. They kind of make us do some weird things. We do some planning sessions where we did something called an unconference this year, where we each had to pick a topic from topics that were submitted, and we kind of led our own table discussion around things that we cared about. I actually ended up attending two of them. One of them went pretty quick. We were talking about one of the MSP partners was asking about or wanted to know more about red teaming and what he can do for his clients and his partners. So I went over, and that one only had a couple of attendees at his table, so I went over to contribute where I could. Gave him a couple of ideas, a couple of vendors that can help. Everyone knows I'm not a huge fan of automated pen tests, but if you're going to go that route, there are definitely some vendors that are better than others. After that, I went over to one where we were talking about security research in the channel. That talk had kind of morphed a little bit out of what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be about encouraging more people to do security research in the channel. But it seems like whoever put it in kind of wanted to focus more on how to deal with security researchers in the channel. They were the topic that had come up was, I believe, the LastPass breach that occurred a while ago, and we're just now finding out about it. And wanted to talk about what responsible disclosure from the vendor side looks like. That's pretty well on the heels of I can't remember the guy's name, Ken, I think his name is, from Cyber, CYBIR, released an article this week, a blog post about some vulnerabilities that he had found in ConnectWise Control. He'd actually submitted those to ConnectWise a bit ago, and I was one of a couple of people that kind of helped behind the scenes to look at those. And honestly, what he submitted is he's making a way bigger deal out of it than what I actually believe it is. Then it got picked up by Krebs on security, which is adding fire to the flame. Krebs even went so far as to take one of the things that the original author was saying out of context and make it seem like you could get ConnectWise to send the emails with the links in them. To the best of my ability and reading the original blog post and everything I've been able to find out, it's Rafi. So Rafi here said his plan was to discuss encouraging research to the channel, but they went down a different path. That's funny because Rafi was at the event with me. Whoa, knocking things over. Rafi was at the event with me. So yeah, we kind of ended up talking about what to do there. But the thing that got submitted to ConnectWise it wasn't that big of a deal. Huntress has gone over it. We went over it with them, and it's a thing, right? You can for sure convince with older versions of Screen Connect, send a link that will cause Screen Connect to connect to another server, and that is for sure a thing. And there are some incorrect URL handling, which they've since corrected, but it does require a successful phishing attack, right? It's basically not, it lowers the bar a tiny bit because you can make it look like it's coming from their control server and basically redirect to one of their choosing. If they have some proper reconnaissance where they're able to identify your control server, it does make the phishing probably a little bit easier, and it does generate a signed binary. But I ranked it pretty low as far as the actual severity goes, and this guy's making it seem like it's the end of the world. So we'll see what ends up coming out of that. I'm pretty sure that you'll see some sort of rebuttal coming out of that sometime in the near future. But yeah, it was overall pretty well. We had to make skits. Skits were fun and interesting. I had way more fun doing it than I thought I was going to. I am not an actor by any means or stretch of the imagination, so having to come up with a skit would definitely put me out of my element. But we had fun. Our team ended up taking third place, so we each got a $50 Amazon gift card. So hey, free Amazon gift card. As always, there was networking in the evening. Good party that we all attended, and it kind of wound down today. We delivered our skits. We all voted on them. We went our separate ways. After the event, Heather and I stuck around at the hotel for a bit. We ended up going down and getting a massage, which was really great after my workout this morning, which I'll get to in a second. And we jetted over now to downtown San Diego, where I'm at the West Inn Gaslamp, hanging out here till Sunday. Just, if I'm flying all the way across the country, I'm going to spend at least a couple of days on the end of it if I can pull it off. Last thing, I'll hold this one short today. Last thing I wanted to kind of talk about is what that looks like. I've addressed in a couple of these that I've started on a new weight loss journey, and I've got a trainer that I've been working with, Ben Canning. You can go back to 000, the very first one I did, if you want to know more about that. But this was the first time that I've in earnest worked out while I was traveling. It had its ups and downs. He's got me mostly using barbells. Well, no, yeah, dumbbells and resistance bands. I brought my resistance bands with me, which helped a lot, but finding places to hook them in the gym was kind of challenging. But I got through 2 workouts, even though the desire to not get through them was really high. I drank very little, which I very much consider a win, and I kept my nutrition in check. So far, so good. I'm down since ChannelCon in August. I am down 27 pounds, and since I've started with the trainer, I'm down almost 8 in the 3 weeks I've been going with him. So it's been a journey for sure. But I'm probably going to wrap it up here. I just wanted to make sure I got this out today. I knew it was going to be shorter than usual because I'm out of my element, but I do want to learn how to do this so that I can do live things. I'd like to do live content from other events I attend. So I probably ought to figure out how to use Restream and either get my laptop out or do it here on the iPad. But thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you next time.